Guys, me and my wife of 33 years, I'm in my 60s. My wife just turned 60 this year. And my oldest daughter, who just turned 40 this year, we all went down to vote. Early voting in Ohio, Youngstown. We drove all the way down there so we could get our vote in, get it over with. We didn't want to be standing in any longer lines than we would have had to on election day. Now, my daughter and my wife weren't too for sure about going down with me to vote because they know I have no filters. And that's all right. But I talk to everybody. Now, we're walking in to this place, and there's a woman that comes up on us as soon as we get out of our car. Now, people think I hate women. Hate women. That's what people think about me because I talk about what the Bible says, the woman's, what the woman was put here to do. And not leading men. And leading men are not what women was put here to do. So people think I hate women. Now, this woman, Lynn Morrow, she's running for, Mahoney County prosecutor, is what that says. She gave me a pen and a pamphlet and everything. And I listened to her for a minute, me and my wife and my daughter. She didn't say anything about her party. So we took the pen and the pamphlet and everything as we were walking away, I stopped and I turned around and looked at her and I said, "Are you a Republican?" And she goes, "Well, sir, that really shouldn't be a part of it, but absolutely." And I said, "All right, you got my vote." Folks, I went in and everything that was Republican, I voted 100%, right down the line, Republican. Reason being is that the Democrats have had the presidency, the Congress, and the Senate, and they have screwed so much stuff up in the last 50 years of my life. 50. I know a lot of you been around, 20, 25, 30 years. You think you living long lives. Well, my last 50 years, these Democrats have been controlling crap. Pretty much. Most of the time. The Republicans had their runs, and we have our stupid Republicans, too. George W. Bush Jr. couldn't complete a sentence using real words either. Make no mistake. He made up words all the time. Now, like I said, I voted straight Republican all the way on everything. And anything they were asking for money for, more money for, no, 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 no. No tax levy. No tax, raising taxes on any. I don't care. Now, old Boardman Township here where they're wanting more money for roads. They ain't taking care of the ones they got. And they have a tax on gas. Every dollar's worth of gas you buy, they have money to fix these roads. Well, as far as I'm concerned, they can figure out how to pick these roads up and flip them over on the bottom and let us run off the bottom side of them. Because that's got to be smoother than the top sides. And until we start to figure out a new way to build roads than out of blacktop, that the first winter brings back every pothole that was in it. The day I'm telling you, folks, they just paved the road out in front of my house. And I'll guarantee you by the end of this winter, I'll take a video going up my road, my drive here. It's only a quarter of a mile long, folks. We had such bad, deep holes in our road that some days I'm the only one that can get through it with my XJ. That's fact. And they want more money out of us for roads. I'm sorry. Till you start doing right with the money we're already giving you, don't ask for any more. As far as my wife and daughter, though, they're scared because my non-filterness that I'll say something that might offend people around us. I'm sorry, but I don't care. If I want to say something, I'm going to say it. I'm standing over here now, because the line it wasn't that bad, folks. I mean, we were in and out in about 30 minutes. But we got there when they opened, and I figured there would be a little line, but it wouldn't be real bad. But if we would have waited, came any later, that line was a lot bigger than when we got there. So when we got there, they hadn't even opened the doors yet. And so I told my wife, I'm going to go over here across the street because you couldn't smoke in the line. So I was going to walk across to the parking lot where the cars are parked and everything. And I was going to smoke on my vape. I'm standing over there, and a guy pulls up, and a woman jumps out of the car. She's disabled. And she's standing there while the guy goes and parks the car. She's standing there waiting for him to come back. And then they're going to walk in and get in line. And but she's standing there, and I'm smoking on my vape. And she looks over and she sees another guy, or this guy that he's sitting down a chair getting ready to pass out pamphlets and stuff. And she looks over and calls him by name, and oh my God, and he comes walking, and I back up a little bit so he can walk by me. He's big man. And so I let him walk by me. And he's standing there and he's telling her, yeah, I'm up here doing this too. Yeah, even though I know I got them 2 jobs I'm doing and I do this and that, and I'm still up here doing this. And when I leave here, he looks at her and says, I got to go home and set up for a Halloween party. So I'm standing there, I'm listening to this stuff. They're standing right next to me. So I said, Halloween party? Where at? I'm coming. This guy turns and looks at me like, and gives me this look like, and I said, I'm just kidding with you, brother. I walk away because people just don't know how to take me sometimes. I'm joking. But they get all serious. They're probably Camilla boaters, to be honest with you. But I just walk away and I go back over and I'm standing back in line. I'm noticing this guy, big guy, man, big, tall. He's probably like 6'9", something, at least 6'9", big, tall. Not fat, but just a big, tall, standing man. And he's got a high-dollar suit on, suit and tie. And I'm like, man, he looks like one of the politicians. Are we voting for him? You know? And so I'm standing there and I'm just kind of waiting in line. And I finally, some people move around and I look down. And this guy's got a shoe on that's about this freaking big. A $high leather shoe. $high. And I'm looking at that shoe going, oh my goodness, they could build They could build a one out of one of his shoes. They could. I only wear a 9.5, folks. 9.5. They could take one of his shoes and build me both feet shoes. And so that's kind of running through my mind as I'm following this guy through the line and we go in to vote and everything. He's ahead of me. So I figured, he's gone. Well, by the time I get done voting and I come out to register my ballot, and he's right in front of me. So I'm like, oh, well. And he does his, they register his vote. And then I register for mine. He's standing right in front of me, and we're walking out. I kind of say, hey, glad this is over. And he kind of says something back, and I said, hey, you mind if I ask you how big your shoe is? And this guy, he says, 15. I figure basketball player or something, but the suit, the tie, the shoes, everything, I'm thinking, nah, he's not a basketball player. So I asked him, so which one of these lawyer offices you work for? He goes, oh, I'm not a lawyer. I said, you're not? And he goes, no, I'm a, what do you call it? He's a deacon at a church. I said, heck, that's even better, brother. I said, that's even better. And he goes, you know what, though? Back when I was 15, I was wearing a size of 11. And he said, in that year, my foot shot up to a 15. And it's been there ever since. I said, brother, it cost you a lot more money for shoes than it cost me. I'll tell you that, because I wear a 9.5. And we kind of laughed and stuff. And we're walking out to go get in the cars, and leave. And my wife, she's standing across the street waiting on me. And she knows me, because I get in the crowd, I'll talk to everybody. I don't care. I'll have a conversation with everybody. And her and my daughter trying to, come on. Well, I don't get out much. So when I do, I want to talk to people. And I love these people. I had fun. I had fun voting. But I also learned something, folks. I also learned something today. My wife, for one thing, I didn't know it, had never voted in her life until today. I thought she voted before. I didn't know. We've been married for 33 years. I didn't know she's never voted. She's never talked about wanting to vote, but I figure she's voted somewhere along the line. Never voted until today, folks. My daughter, 40 years old. My wife's 60. My daughter never voted before today. So, folks, Trump's got 2 votes he never had in his life, ever, whenever he was running. God loves you guys. I love you. And I'm telling you right now, my family's put our faith into God and Jesus. And they're telling us to vote for Trump. Now, if Trump and all these people, if we get them elected and they turn on us, we're going to start praying that they all feel the wrath of God immediately. Trump, we're here. We're backing you. Don't screw with us. Keep your oath, even though nobody else is. because I'll spend the rest of my life, if you're lying to us and you're not going to do the things you're saying, I'll spend the rest of my life praying you find the deepest parts of hell for your lies. But my vote's on you. I think you're going to do everything you say you're going to do. And I want you to have the Senate and the Congress to go with it. Republican, across the board. Love you guys. Seek Jesus.